Hello YouTube, I'm going to show you what victory looks like against the fall of the samurai, because I think we pulled a great strategy on rice fields. So, more about myself. I roleplay Lord Oda Nobunaga, and I also roleplay Hattori Hanzo. And they are great leaders to roleplay. It's fun and all. I got to color my army exactly like the Oda clan and the Hattori clan. The Hattori clan is a little difficult to replicate, but I got close to it. But anyways, this battle consisted of the enemy having guns, and we all know that guns are OP, overpowered in Shogun. And alongside of him, he has a samurai profile ally. So it's not too much of a one-sided battle here. It seems even. Okay, let's take a look at units. So for the samurai profile, he has two katana samurais, I believe, two yari samurai, one one long yari ashigaru, a bow ashigaru, make that two bow ashigaru, and then he has this general right there. Oh, right there. And also, he should have some cavalry. They're hiding somewhere over in the tree. I think he has 5 light cavalry, 4 light cavalry, 1 fire cavalry. The fall of the samurai guy has 2 red bear infantry and 1 yarikachi. He also have 1 Armstrong guns. This will hurt us later in the replay. You guys will see how much damage it does to us. Okay, so he has one bird force. Make that 2 bird forces. Yes. Okay, so that's another yarikachi. That makes that 2. And then he has 1 unit of yariki, and then he got his general. He should have marines somewhere. It's hiding, but he does have 1 unit of marines. Alright, now strategy here is, I told my friend that is in the Oda clan Steam group, and you guys are welcome to send me a message on Steam, and I'll have that in the link below. But you guys can join our Steam group. We do a lot of roleplay. You can either join the Oda clan or the Hattori clan. It's up to you guys. Whether or not you know anything about history, I guess knowing a little bit will help you decide which clan is suitable for you. So I told my friend that we would hide behind this little itty bitty hill that's right here. It protects us from gunfire once we charge, or if the enemy charges, then or advances on our position, they would have to actually get closer, and that'll be good for us because we can charge them and counterattack without taking any bullets behind the hill. So that's a good position to be in. I know that camping corners is not, acceptable to many, but if you want to win this battle, you would have to preserve your men in a strategic location, just like any battle. We don't do this often, but against an army of ranged guns, we would have to. Okay, so alongside our strategic plan, I have katana cavalry, some katana cavalry, 2 great guards, and then there's 1 mounted naginata. They're all hidden over here, and then the rest of the game they stay hidden until the enemy approaches, basically. It looks like, so we're gonna fast forward because I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see these guys approaching very slowly. Alright, it's gonna have this fast forwarded. Pay particular attention to the top right map. You can see that the blue is the enemy, and then the red is the Oda clan. It seems like they're trying to surround us. Not necessarily a good idea to have the guns approach first. The reason why is, in my opinion, I would have some of the samurai units to approach to drag us outside in front of the hill, so that the fall of the samurai can get some kills. But he is approaching with his guns. Okay, so right now we're micromanaging our units to be behind the hill, and then I decided that I was going to move my cavalry. This is a long battle, so this fast forward is taking pretty long, but it's okay. Just pay particular attention to the map. Here you can see that my cavalry took one of their cavalry, one of their best cavalry. I think it was the fire cavalry. Yeah, it was the fire cavalry. Okay, and now, okay, so now I moved the cavalry right behind them. So what this does is it made the enemy shift their defensive line. Notice how the guns. Oh, right here was a mistake. I had my general chasing after a unit, and that was a serious mistake on my part. But my general lived. He just laughed. He just lost a majority of his guards. But anyways, the samurai profile guy decided he will shift his whole entire army just for these 5 cavalry. The goal of this, or I mean, not that cavalry, the cavalry over here behind them. This cavalry is okay. So there's 2 goals here, or 2 strategies. One is to have this cavalry shift the defensive line, and then the other cavalry would then find a gap in between this line of soldiers and then this line of soldiers. which will enable us to kill their general. However, if we proceeded with the replay a little longer, you're going to notice that the general will be hard to assassinate because his troops are near, and it's a risk. High risk, high reward. But I valued the cavalry over here very much so until I have a clear chance to actually kill his general. So the guns are pressuring us in the corner, and now the Summer Profile is proceeding with additional troops to aid his ally Fall of the Samurai. We are micromanaging the troops to be more behind the hill. We're taking some gunfire, and also we're taking a lot of fire from the Armstrong guns that the Fall of the Samurai has. On the map, you can see that my cavalry over here is still in the corner. And I apologize to you guys I forgot to turn on the show the mouse settings so you guys don't see where I'm pointing at. I apologize for that. Well, on the map you see 3 units of or 4 units of cavalry, and it's pictured as triangles. It's south on the map. You also have additional gunfire over here that's taking place. I'm going to have to pause the stream for a bit. Somebody wants to watch my broadcast and I need to decline so I can see the play and pause button. I apologize to you guys. Okay, back to where we were, and the lag stopped. So, alright. So one unit, okay, so he's approaching with his guns, right? And I'm also using my cavalry to manipulate the enemy over here. And it's not looking too good for him because he literally clearly has more than 5 units, all shifted towards just the 4 cavalry, which is ridiculous. You know, you don't need that many units. Focus on a small skirmish cal, but it seems like my strategy is doing its magic there. I also continue to have the cavalry hidden until the majority of the enemy is approaching our position. So let's take a look at how much damage the guns are doing. We're taking a lot of fire here. Seems like the Nodachi, all these guys over here are taking fire, but it's very difficult for bullets to spray in on our position because the trees grant additional protection. It reduces accuracy and reduces casualties, which is really helpful in pulling off this strategy that we So over here, I advanced my cavalry into a narrow position in hopes of distracting this force. The reason why I wanted to distract this force because all his eyes is directed on the cavalry that's approaching our position, and then the Fall of the Samurai is too busy trying to attack specific units, and they have not noticed that there are 4 units of cavalry approaching extremely fast onto this general right here, the Fall of the Samurai general, which is a huge key in defeating the Fall of the Samurai. So right here, I decided that he has not noticed, he still has not noticed, that there's 4 units of cavalry. And also the last of the samurai profile guy cannot move to protect his ally. They are too far apart, they are too distant from each other. The cavalry continues to be of harassment, and I'm pulling them back to move his attention outwards, away from his ally. It seems like the Fall of the Samurai catches up to what I was doing, and now he is being pinned down by 4 units of cavalry. And also, this is very important to note that I took the samurai's cavalry. All his cavalry are dead, pretty much, by just 4 units of cavalry, which are the katana, the mounted naginatas, which were big help to taking out the rest of their cavalry. So the Fall of the Samurai decides to bring his Yarikachi to counterattack my cavalry, 4 units of cavalry, but that's not going to do a lot because he has cavalry is more of a movement unit and it can flee very quickly. Although that sounds cowardice, is all part of winning this battle. They will soon encounter, but I mean, fleeing is one thing, but fleeing from the battle is a different thing as in being a coward. I mean, you can see the enemy fleeing over here. Isn't that cowardice already? It is. Anyways, the cavalry is. I pulled my cavalry to the side. Decided I'm just going to come back in because my ally is assisting me in routing the enemy. Here, my general is still alive, surprisingly. It's my general and my guard. So right here, you can notice that there are no more Fall of the Samurai units except for the Armstrong guns. We have totally wiped out their position, and now all we have left is the samurai profile with a whole lot of Nodachis. No, not a whole lot of Nodachis left. We still have 2 units of bow, and the rest are Yariyashi Garus and Nodachi samurais. And also note that the my ally's general was killed by Armstrong guns early on. I didn't note that, but it's something to be aware of. And soon later, my general will rout for some reason. He doesn't rout because he is near allies, but when he's isolated, his morale drops significantly, and then he routs, and that will happen later. So I'm moving my cavalry into position. The enemy is positioning his army in the tree lines over here. Not necessarily a good idea because now we can attack from all sides, making their flanks weak if one unit decides to drop the morale. So we're gonna fast forward this until the battle happens. You can see there are 2 isolated cavalry. It's shown on the map. There's 2 triangles separate from the 4 triangles. So I guess there's going to be cavalry attacking from different angles. And then I decided that I'm going to split my cavalry into 3s. So there's 6 cavalry split into 3s. Then each cavalry unit will have another cavalry unit to assist them. Okay. And also, it's also good to note that he has one Dakyu samurai, which are really good bowmen. They're very good. They're like sharpshooters of the bow and arrow. And that does get some kills for him. His general's right there. I like how the Armstrong guns were abandoned, and now the users of those guns are just standing here with their swords. They are very well equipped. Anyways, I decided that I was gonna do pairs for these two units because they suffered major casualties, and I thought that I could back them up with two Great Guards. That would help a lot. Well, I mean one Great Guard. Each Great Guard, it's also good to note that each Great Guard has an aura, and that aura grants morale boost. So it's good to have other cavalry units with the Great Guards to ensure that they don't rout. And that was one key to winning this battle, is to have Great Guards. No doubt, geez, the reason why we have knights is because we can sharpshoot the enemy, dwindle them down, and he did a great job dwindling the enemy down earlier in Fall of December. The Nodatri, we brought that because it's important to have morale boost, especially against guns, in a charge like this. So I told the enemy to advance. You can see now that the cavalry are advancing. I told the ally to attack at this angle, because once you attack at this angle, this will force the enemy to collide on this one unit, but it seems like the enemy has not done that. So, however, we can still attack from many angles, such as this one. Now that this unit is focused on on these three cavalry, you have the general exposed. I think I decided that I attacked the general. No, the general moved. General moved to clean up, to wipe out that unit, and then the rest of the cavalry moved outwards for another charge. It's important not to leave your cavalry too long in a fight, or they'll be losing. They're very effective when you charge, because you take advance. You take in consideration that their bonus charge on their stats is there for a reason. They're good for charging. So that's a good tip for all you Shogun players who are new, to make sure you drag your cavalry out and then charge. And so we have here that his general cannot hold it out on my Great Guard. It seems like my Great Guard is doing a lot of work, and his general is dead. And then now the Yari Samurai is doing pretty well. I mean, spears against cavalry, spears would definitely be. I decided to pull them out because they were losing that battle, and moved over here. The reason why I moved over here to charge the enemy from the back position is because my ally needed morale support with additional allies. So you can see here that my ally brought one unit of those and that right there is the key. He did a great job bringing that unit that I did not recognize. Bringing those units are great against enemy numbers like this. I mean, we have one whole unit, 120 soldiers of Long Yari Ashigaru, surrounded by Bo Ashigaru, surrounded by Yari Samurai. I mean, this unit right here is doing a lot of work. Okay, so I decided I'm not going to go into a fight with the spears. I'm just going to clean up the bows. So I'm pulling my Great Guard in and out just to make this unit waver. It is now wavering. The Yari Samurai over here is also wavering, because if one unit over here is wavering, it is granted that another unit will waver. So it's important to waver the Boashigarus, the bows, which are easier to route, and that will help drop the morale of the enemy army, and it has done so pretty effectively. Looks like the hero unit just warded off the enemy. This battle isn't over yet because the banners, if the banners are still up, they are wavering, but they have not fled. They are just running away. That is all. You have to continue attacking the unit in order for their flag to disappear like that. Once it disappears, it means that they'll never come back, and they have. So you can see that the enemy has not fled, surprisingly. He still has one unit of Yari, one unit of Long Yari Ashigaru, and Dakyu Samurais. So those 3 units are alive. And they will be up against 1 Great Guard and heroes. And it is obvious here that I would not post a video where we lose, so it is kind of predictable that we'll win, and we do win. But there will be times where I upload videos where we lose, but it was a very close battle, so it was worth the upload. I decided to pull my cavalry back because there was no way I was going to charge in on the Long Yari, and I was taking a lot of arrows from the Dakyu Samurai. So right here, me and my ally wanted to rest a bit, make our units a little fresh before actually attacking the enemy. Although we have a great advantage, we just wanted to ensure that we don't lose the battle because we're too speedy. We wanted to take the slow and win it correctly. So right here, the enemy, although the enemy is defending his or her flanks, it is good to note that right about here, is where there's a weak spot. That weak spot is there's a gap. These men are facing that direction, and the Yari is facing this direction. A good charge bonus right here would definitely a charge by the hero units right here would make the two sides shift like this and like this. And in later videos, I wouldn't waste time doing that. I would have my mouse to point, but since I disabled that in the OBS, I wouldn't be able to easily show you guys. Anyways, the plan is for the hero units to charge in the middle. That would drag the 2 units to focus on that 1 unit. The Dakyu Samurai wouldn't be very effective at that range because they would be hitting their allies with their arrows. So I will be attacking from this side with my cavalry in hopes of getting behind them, and then we'll speed this up so we see the battle happen. You can also note that we have morale advantage, so it is easy to rout the enemy. The hero unit advances on the weak spot position, and I advance from the side. Enemy right here is routing because he's focusing cavalry and hero units at the same time. These guys are like, oh, I'm just gonna leave. And the bows are completely surrounded. Looks like my cavalry is getting weary and tired, but the hero units are helping. And they scream for victory. So that was the end of the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just one thing to note, I would highly recommend you guys to play like this on rice fields. This strategy works out. I mean, there are plenty of other strategies that you can employ, but if you want to, this is more of a manipulation strategy. This is to deceive that we are vulnerable, we are stuck in this one position in the corner of the map. However, they didn't scout the trees for additional ambushes. So ambushes are a key strategy to any game, to any simulation games like Total War games, for example. It's key to ambush your enemy, and in real warfare, you would do the same thing too. However, in real warfare, it's a lot different than a video game, but of course, you can see the general idea. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want to add me on Steam or whatever, you can look in the description below. And I only accept friend requests of people who want to join the Oda or Hattori clan. I don't give out requests to many people. I want to keep my friend requests limited, unless you guys want to join the Steam group. So all in all, hope you guys have a good day, enjoyed the video, and please comment, like, and subscribe. That would help me a lot because it's my first video, and I'm hoping to improve. Thanks guys.